EFL Championship Plymouth Argyle vs West Bromwich Albion prediction, team news, lineups preview. Both looking to bounce back from home defeats last time out, relegation-threatened Plymouth Argyle will host top 6 hopefuls West Bromwich Albion at home park in the Championship on Tuesday night. The Pilgrims were outdone by a Leeds United side who seemed destined for the Premier League, while the Baggies were bested by Southampton at the Hawthorns. Match preview. Following a 6-game unbeaten run across the Championship and the FA Cup starting on New Year's Day, Plymouth's 2024 has taken a turn for the worse in recent clashes, with the Green Army now 4 matches without a win after Daniel Farke's Leeds arrived in Devon and flexed their top-flight credentials. A sloppy opening period of the game from the Pilgrims allowed Italy international Willy Gnonto to give the Whites a lead at home park, and despite a much-improved second-half display from the League One champions, they were unable to earn a result, with £35 million man Jorginho Rutter doubling the visitors' advantage in the 72nd minute. After collecting just 1 point from their last 3 championship matches, Ian Foster's side are slowly being dragged towards the relegation spots in the second-tier standings, with 22nd-placed Queen's Park Rangers just 5 points behind, although Plymouth have played a game fewer. With the likes of Finn Uzzas and Luke Cundle departing from their loan spells during the January transfer window alongside former head coach leaving to join Stoke City in December, the Pilgrims have been forced to reinvent themselves for the second half of the term, with Tottenham Hotspur duo Alfie Devine and Ashley Phillips joining on temporary deals. Plymouth's form at their Devonshire base is single-handedly keeping them out of severe trouble at the wrong end of the division, with Saturday's loss to promotion-chasing Leeds being their first defeat at home in the Championship since October 7, when Michael Duff's Swansea City were enjoying a purple patch of form. Moving on to another team who boast an enviable record in front of their own supporters this season, West Brom were beaten at the Hawthorns for the first time since December 2 on Friday night, when Russell Martin's top 2 Southampton returned to winning ways following a shock defeat at Bristol City 4 days earlier. Unlike any other side that has visited the Baggies in the Championship this term, the Saints dominated proceedings over the hosts and were fully deserving of their 20th maximum of the league campaign, with Ryan Fraser and David Brooks breaching the net of Alex Palmer either side of the halftime whistle. There was a significant subplot behind Friday night's clash in the Black Country, with West Brom's new majority owner Shirlene Patel in attendance at the Hawthorns for the first time since acquiring over 87.7% of the club, ending Guichuan Lai's 7-year spell of neglectful rule. Massive credit has to be given to Baggies boss Carlos Corberán, who has managed to mold a close-knit squad that struggled massively under Valérien Ismaël and Steve Bruce into a team that are comfortably in the conversation for a top 6 finish come May, with Albion currently in 5th, 1 point ahead of Norwich City in 7th. After Matt Phillips suffered a serious hamstring injury at the end of 2023, the Baggies needed reinforcements in wide areas to aid their playoff push, with all of Mikey Johnston, Andreas Wyman and Academy product Tom Fellows coming up with decisive goals in recent matches. Team news. Plymouth are set to recall Ryan Hardy to the starting 11 after the striker started Saturday's match on the bench due to fatigue, with New Zealand international Ben Waine most likely to make room. There is a similar narrative for centre-back Brendan Galloway, who could be integrated into a newly formed back 3 for the Pilgrims alongside Spurs' Lonnie Phillips and Lewis Gibson. Darko Jayabai was unable to feature against his parent club's Leeds last time out, but the youngster should return to the side on Tuesday at the expense of either Jordan Houghton or Adam Randall. Mustafa Bundu returned to Plymouth's matchday squad for the first time in 4 games on the weekend following a calf strain, and the attacker will be targeting more minutes against the Baggies. After returning from Africa Cup of Nations final defeat to hosts Ivory Coast, Nigeria's Semi Ajayi could start alongside the increasingly impressive Cedric Keeper in the heart of West Brom's defence. Bristol City Lonnie Wyman was rested completely during the Southampton defeat but should play a part at home park, while Fellows and Grady Diangana are also pushing for starts. Brandon Thomas Asante continues to burden the central striking responsibility for Corcoran's troops due to the absences of both Josh Maya and Daryl Dyke. Eric Peters has enjoyed more game time in recent matches because of the calf injury sustained by Kyle Bartley, who is expected back in early March. Plymouth Argyle possible starting lineup: Hazard, Phillips, Gibson, Galloway, Sorinola, Jayabai, Houghton, Miller, Whitaker, Devine, Hardy. West Bromwich Albion possible starting lineup: Palmer, Furlong, Keeper, Ajayi, Townsend, Yokoslu, Moat, Wallace, Swift, Johnston, Thomas Asante. We say, Plymouth Argyle 1-1 West Bromwich Albion. Plymouth were simply outclassed by a team charging towards the Premier League on Saturday, and we feel that West Brom's patchy away form will give the Pilgrims a real chance of earning 3 points. The Baggies will be aiming to put breathing space between themselves and the top 6 chasers with a win on Tuesday night, but we think that Corcoran's men will have to settle for a point. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.